Today, I'm going to share with you tips that you can take on board to help you kickstart your new beginning. Practical tips, whether it be a bad ending from a relationship, from business, from projects, or perhaps losing a job. Every tips I'm going to share with you today is practical, is applicable to such situations. And as you take it on board, you are going to come off the bad situation and kickstart your new beginning on a high. So if that's of interest to you, please do not go anywhere. Keep watching. Everything starts with the mind. Everything starts with perspective. How you view adversary matters to how you handle it. So bad ending is not the end of the world. And one thing about adversary is that the more adversary you go through, the more resilient you become, the more wisdom you gain. For every pain, there is a gain. We often ask when we go through bad situation, why is it me? Why do I have to be the one to go through this? If not you, why would it be someone else? Okay, so you have gone through it because you have the capacity to handle it. That is why it has come your way. And remember what the good book says, that God will not let us have situation that is beyond us. So if it has happened to you, it shows that it is within your power. It's something that you can control. Okay, so the first tip I would like to share with you today, in having a new beginning from a bad ending, you need to get complete closure. My best advice to you would be not to seek closure from the offense or from the bad place. For instance, you've been sacked in your job and you're going back to your former employer to say, tell me why you sacked me, tell me. It's going to break you further. So just give yourself closure by saying, this chapter of my life is ended and I need to move forward. And the thing is, you already know why it's ended. There's no need seeking validation. Most times when you go to seek closure from your ex, you are not seeking it because you want to actually get the closure. You want to find hope. You want to find reasons why that thing shouldn't end, why it should continue. So you don't need that. Accept the final outcome. Or sometimes you have to decide on what outcome you want. Do you want to just string along as the outcome that you want to take on board, or do you want to just give it a close and look forward to a new beginning? So where are you at the moment? Are you still holding on to the past, or are you trying to move forward? It all starts with the mind. And my best advice to you would be move on, move forward. Oftentimes move on looks like, okay, move on. How do I move on? What do I do? Now, give yourself time to end that chapter. Give yourself time to mourn that thing. Even though it is something that you wanted, an end to a thing is always a loss. There's always this sense of bereavement attached to the end of a thing. I remember when I was having my divorce newly, I already know that the marriage was going to end ab initio. I knew that the end point of the marriage is going to be that. But at the time it happened, it's the end of a thing, the end of hope, end of a plan, end of something you think will be for the long term, and now it has come to an end. So give yourself time to close that chapter, to close the past, and then set yourself up for a new beginning. You are not the first that will go through whatever it is that you're going through. That's one thing I can assure you. Whatever it is you're going through, somebody has gone through it and come out on the other side. Now, the next thing that you need to do is to do away with negative pattern of thinking. Because oftentimes when we go through bad endings, when we go through bad situations, when we go through betrayals, failures, we are always attracted to negative thoughts. Oh, I'm not good. Oh, I'm this. Oh, maybe you should have done better. Oh, all men are scum. Oh, all ladies, all women are snake in the monkey shadow. Absolute statements, just bitter and vengeful. You need to be mindful of negative pattern of thoughts. And this is where you would also need to speak to a therapist. A therapist or a counselor would help you make sense of what has happened. And do not worry about your mistakes. Remember the story in the Bible where people wanted to stone the lady who committed adultery. And Jesus said to the crowd, if you know that you haven't done anything, be the first to cast a stone. And none of them did cast a stone because they are all guilty. So don't worry about your mistake. Everybody makes mistake. Everybody has gotten it wrong somewhere or the other. So don't judge yourself. I don't think everybody's judging you. Some people understand. It's just a matter of reaching out to those people who understand. I'm going to come there. So the negative thoughts will not help you move on. It's going to make you stay stuck with that bad ending. There's nothing wrong with mourning your bad ending, but don't spend quality time mourning something that would be in the past. Because if you continue to stay on that bad ending, at some point it's now going to form a personality that you will find difficult to drop. It's not going to form you that you now become bitter, gloomy, vengeful, hateful. So yeah, give it time, but don't overspend the time. In fact, give it a time frame. Say, you know what, I am going to mourn this bad ending for 1 week, and after this 1 week, I'm done. But be patient with yourself, because after 1 week you might still feel the pain. But after 1 week, what you want to do, assuming that's the time frame you have given yourself to mourn that bad ending, after the 1 week, what you are now doing is intentionally taking actionable step to help you start afresh. So don't give too much time to something that will be in the past. Now, for you to start afresh, what you need to do is recognize your weakness. I would say rock your weakness. ROC. Recognize your weakness, own your weakness, and control your weakness. And some of the things that you consider not to be a weakness might actually be a weakness. I will give an instance of myself. I like to see the good in people. And I say this within the context of relationship. So if somebody say, oh, hi, I like you, blah, blah, blah. Within that first meeting, I'm already thinking boxes like, this guy is nice, oh, this guy. So I'm already seeing the good in the person. I know that that is my weakness. And what I've come to do is when I'm meeting people like first, 2, 3, 4th meeting, I try to switch off that weakness. And I often tell myself, listen, your business is not to see the good in this person. Your business is to know the intention of the person, the heart of the person, before I now, kind of try to switch on my weakness. So your weakness can be empowering only if you know how to control it, only if you know when to turn it on and when to turn it off. There's nothing wrong with weaknesses per se. Everybody has got it. Everybody has got that hot spots. So own it and then control it. Another thing you can do with your weakness is trying to improve on it. Let's say, for instance, you are not able to keep a girlfriend because you've got a mouth odor, and then you're saying, oh, this is just me. Any girl that doesn't like me the way I am, that's the girl's loss. With mouth odor, forget to, you are going to sleep there. So if there's anything you know that you need to improve on, is a weakness that you've got or is a lack, take it on board. And that takes me to the next step. What are you willing to do to help you with your new beginning? What are you willing to learn? What are you willing to unlearn? What sacrifices are you willing to make to help you on your journey for a new start? And to help you answer that question, you want to decide what you want to be remembered for. You need to decide what you stand for. What are your core values? What are the things that you have compromised such that you now have a bad ending? Reevaluating yourself and reaffirming, revalidating your core value will help you remember what you're standing for, what sacrifice you're willing to make, and what things you're willing to learn and unlearn. If you need to learn a new skill to help you with your new beginning, give it a go, give it your best shots. To help you move from that phase of the bad ending to the new beginning, you also want to get rid of items and people who remind you of your bad ending. For instance, you've had a breakup, you had a wedding ring or an engagement ring attached to the person. Why are you keeping it? What are you keeping it for? You need to remove those things. These things carry the spirit of the person, all right? And it's not a time for you to pick the picture of your ex. You always cry with that picture. Honestly, the moment you discard that picture, you are going to start having peace and having closure for yourself, and remove those people who are aiders and abettors to your bad ending. And as you do so, don't forget to replace them ASAP. Okay, this is not saying have a rebound relationship, but replace them with people that you admire, replace them with people that you look up to. And these people might be strangers, complete strangers. It's okay, but they have something in them that you want to learn. They have something in them that is relatable to your bad ending. For instance, if you failed at a business, if you failed at a project, you want to look at somebody you know that is open about their own failures and who have also made success out of failures. Those ones will inspire you to start again, to start on something new, or to start afresh and give yourself a new goal. Now, if it is a relationship, there are people who are very resilient with relationship. They know how to deal well with heartbreak. They have something that you need. The more you look at them, the more you get better at forgetting about your bad ending. If you need to reach out to these people, do well to reach out to them. What's the worst case scenario? Oh, I'm busy, I cannot talk to you. The fact that you made an effort to reach out will also empower you, make you feel like, yes, you're doing something and you're making progress. It's okay to heal first before you do other things. But don't say, okay, you know what, I'm healing. Year to year, I'm healing. Another year, I'm healing. Sometimes you need to dust yourself up and get up. Yes, time heals all wood, but be calculative with that timing. Don't spend so much time healing the wound. Spend so much time building your life. How would you know you have healed if you have actually not given yourself opportunity to get a new start? So you need that new start to test how much of healing you have taken on board, to gauge yourself, to know how much work you need to do. That's the honest truth. I've also made that mistake with myself. Like I mentioned earlier, when I had my divorce, I just spent a lot of time being vengeful. I spent a lot of time bitter. I do know what I also said to myself, oh, I'm trying to heal, I'm trying to heal, I'm trying to heal. But you know, that process of also trying to heal reminds you of the things you are trying to heal from. So you find out that you're spending a lot of energy and time in the pain rather than focusing on the next level. Forget about the pain, it will heal itself. Remember your first heartbreak or your first failure that you thought, oh, is the end of the world. Oh, I'm sure you look back and you're like, ha ha ha, how stupid was I? What was I even thinking? That is how this present moment, assuming you are in a situation right now, that is how this bad ending will look in the future. But you start working on that future so that you can look back and encourage other people. Everybody occupies a space. Where you are, you're a leader in your own space. You have mentees, whether you know it or not. There are people who look up to you, and there are people who you look up to. And there are people who you will influence, no matter the space that you are in. We're all leaders where we are. You want those people to remember you for somebody who is strong, for somebody who is able to fight through, for somebody who is a success story. You don't want your name to be attached to failure. You don't want your name to be attached to suicide, because there is that feeling of hopelessness. And let me assure you, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Do not believe the lies. When you believe the lies, you feed the fears. And when you feed the fears become you. Your fear become who you are. So adversaries just make you resilient. It makes you gain more voice. It makes you draw boundaries. It makes you appreciate yourself even better. It makes you understand yourself even better. People are looking up to you. People want to see you succeed. And you want to see yourself succeed. You want to be happy. You want to make other people happy. Go for it, girl. Go for it, guy. You can do it. The world is your oyster. So this is where I draw the curtain today. If you found this video helpful, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also use the subscribe button so that you do not miss out on any content here. And also ensure that your notification bell is enabled. As usual, is a love from me to you. See you some other time with some content. And yes, I'm going to do a video on my divorce story. I'm going to do it someday. I don't know when. But look out for my next content. You're going to love it. Have a good day.